The Three Little Pigs. Once upon a time, in a cozy little village nestled at the edge of a great forest, there lived three little pigs. They were brothers, and although they loved each other dearly, they couldn't have been more different in their ways. The eldest, Peter, was practical and hardworking. The middle brother, Percy, was carefree and liked to take shortcuts in life. The youngest, Patrick, was playful and often let his imagination run wild. One day their mother said, "My dear piglets, you're all grown up. It's time for you to build your own homes and make your way in the world. But beware of the big bad wolf, for he lurks in the woods." The brothers packed their things and set off. The first little pig, Percy, the middle brother, found a sunny meadow and decided it was the perfect spot to build his home. "I'll build my house out of straw," he said. "It'll be quick and easy, and I'll have plenty of time to relax." So Percy quickly gathered straw and tied it together to make walls and a roof. By the end of the day, his house was done. It was cozy, but not very strong. That night, the big bad wolf crept through the forest. His nose twitched as he caught the scent of Percy's house. Knocking on the door, he growled, little pig, let me come in." Percy squealed, "Not by the hair on my chinny chin. "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in," roared the wolf. He took a deep breath and blew with all his might. The house of straw flew apart, and Percy ran as fast as his little legs could carry him. The second little pig, Patrick, meanwhile, Patrick had chosen a spot by a babbling brook. He thought, "Wood is stronger than straw, but I don't want to spend too much time working." So he built a house of sticks. It looked quite charming, but the walls wobbled when the wind blew. That evening, Percy burst into Patrick's stick house, breathless and terrified. "The wolf is after me," he cried. Just as Patrick tried to reassure his brother, there came a knock at the door. Little pigs, let me come in." "Not by the hairs on our chinny chins, they shouted. "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in." The wolf huffed and puffed, and sure enough, the stick house came crashing down. Percy and Patrick squealed in terror and ran to their elder brother's house. The third little pig, Peter, had found a hilltop and decided to build his house there. "If I'm going to do this, I'll do it right," he said. He gathered bricks, mixed mortar, and worked tirelessly for days. His house was solid, with sturdy walls and a strong door. When Percy and Patrick arrived, they banged on the door, shouting, "Peter, let us in. The wolf is after us." Peter welcomed his brothers inside and locked the door. Just then, the wolf appeared, his eyes gleaming with hunger. Little pigs, let me come in." "Not by the hairs on our chinny chins, they shouted. "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in." The wolf huffed and puffed, but the brick house stood firm. He tried again and again, but it was no use. Finally, the wolf had an idea. He climbed onto the roof, planning to come down the chimney. Peter, ever clever, quickly lit a fire in the fireplace. He placed a pot of boiling water over the flames. When the wolf slid down the chimney, he landed right in the pot with a yell. The three pigs cheered as the wolf scampered off, never to bother them again. The lesson from that day on, Percy and Patrick learned the value of hard work and careful planning. The three brothers lived happily ever after in Peter's sturdy brick house, proving that teamwork and determination can overcome even the big bad wolf. The end.